What's up, guys? Welcome to the post weigh-in thoughts here for UFC Fight Island 8. Going to be talking some betting, talking some weigh-ins, talking some Draftkings, all of it here. So what's up, guys? And first off, I do want to say thank you guys for 300 patrons. I can't believe it. Gained like 80 this month. Was not expecting to get that many, but yeah, I really wanted to reach that goal of 300 this year, but really did not expect to reach it the first month of 2021. So thank you so much for everybody that signed up. It really does help me out a ton. I do try to put as much content out there as possible just to make it more valuable for you guys. So thank you for that. And what's up, everybody in the chat? What's up, Chris? What's up, the Gaming Wolf? How are you guys doing? What's up, guys? What's up, Alex? What's up, Jacob? Just joined the Patreon. Thank you, David. What's up, Gulumi? Hopefully I pronounced that right. What's up, Aaron? Free money this week, and I sure hope so. What's up, guys? Midweek winning going on. Yeah, bright and early tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, which is going to suck, but going to get up early and hopefully win some money. What's up, Duke? What's up, Scott? Dustin, what's going on, guys? Rogue Strummer in the house. All right, so do want to quickly recap last week, which was a crazy week to start 2021. I mean, we had like 4 or 5 crazy upsets in a row. I personally went 7-3 on my predictions, and I think I was like one of the only people to pick Vanessa Mello, which I think that was pretty cool. But yeah, that was a crazy fight, and I personally went 1-2 on bets. Was able to hit my biggest bet of the Felipe and Tafa over, which was definitely a sweat there. Actually went to decision. Did lose on the Austin Lingo Jacob Kilburn fight. Doesn't go to decision, unfortunately. Lingo was not able to get him out. He was going to get him out of there a couple times. And then the under on the Matt Brown Condit did not hit as well. So small loss on the night. And I did lose 2 bets. I lost the Imavov at plus 140. Never going to get that again. And I lost the fight. Doesn't go to decision on the Haas and Imavov, which sucks. I really wanted to see that fight. And I had to go one by one and fix my lineups because I was not home. Had to redo it 150 lineups by hand, which sucked as well. So hopefully we don't lose any fights. And the fights are starting really soon, in 14 hours, something like that. So yeah, they're coming up. Do want to shout out the sponsor, Pub Sports Radio. Go ahead over there. Me and Mo are doing a stream. I believe it's going to be me and Mo at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So go check that out. And then I'm going live again tonight for the Patreon only live stream at 12:15. I know it sucks, but I'd rather wake up. I'd rather not wake up at 6 o'clock. So going to be doing that at 12:15. There on the Patreon only live stream, just talk strategy based, talk all the bets, talk some leans, and talk some DraftKings strategy as well. Watch me build. Whoa, I missed this. I missed it too. Ponzi and Buckley killed me last week. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. It was not really a great parlay week last week. I think this week's a little bit different, but yeah, probably got a lot of people there. Back to back too, which was crazy. Can't believe $200. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting the Leech to do what he did. I kind of had a good read on Shariko. I didn't play it, but the knockout prop was plus 900. I did point that out on Patreon, but not play it myself, which sucks. But he did go out there and knock out Buckley, which was crazy. What's up, Aaron? What's up, Juan? Let's see here. Brady, I think I have a whale parlay locked for this Saturday. Okay, yeah, let's hear it. I might toss 2 to 5K on this. Let me know what you think. Arman Tsarukyan and Movsar Evloev. I like Evloev a lot. I have him in a parlay personally. Tsarukyan, I think the line's wide, but he probably could get it done. I don't know if I go whale play, but it's probably should hit there. All right, so we'll get into it here. Talk my bets. I have 5 of them. Might just be those 5, but there are some spots I'm looking at as well. First, we have Manon Fioro versus Victorio Leonardo, and it opened up with Fioro at plus 115 as an underdog. I would have loved to get that line, but I did place a bet. I got it earlier in the week. I have Manon Fioro at minus 167. I have 2 units on that. Where the line's at now, minus 200, I don't hate it. Could be a decent parlay piece, but I do like the minus 167 a little bit better, even if you got minus 130 or even the plus 115 where it opened. Fantastic line there, but I just think she's levels and levels above Leonardo in the striking. I don't think it's close. She looks like a beast on tape. Leonardo, I really question her striking ability. I question her striking defense. I saw her get head kicked 4 times in one fight until she finally got knocked out. I guess the only thing is Leonardo could take down Fioro and get on top of her for 15 minutes. I don't really see that happening. Fioro has shown a decent get-up game. And at the weigh-ins, if you guys noticed the weigh-in, Fioro was much, much, much bigger than Victoria Leonardo, which I do think that's going to pay dividends here. And I think Fioro has some decent upside. I mean, she's only like 5-1 or 4-1, something like that, but just way more impressed with her than I am with Leonardo there. So give me Fioro here. I got her at -167. At -200 now, probably wouldn't play it. I think in a parlay is not bad. But yeah, so give me Fioro here on DraftKings 8,900. I do think this fight as a whole is going to be low owned. You guys know I like targeting the first fight of the night. Not overly crazy on my ownership for this one. I think I have like 20% Fioro, something like that, because I do think she has some finish upside. She has finished. We'll take a look at the stats here. She has finished 71% of her wins. She has finished like 3 wins in a row as well. And Leonardo has been finished in both of her losses. So something interesting to note there. As for Leonardo, like I said, she could take down Fioro, but then again, I don't know how much she's going to score there. 7,300. I do think there's some better options. So give me Fioro here. Who do you guys have? First fight of the night. I do think it's going to be kind of lower owned on DraftKings as well. Let's see here. He was one of my vacation days for tomorrow's fights. I'm hoping my bets are successful. I like it. Patreon member number 300. What's up, Shoot Proof? Thank you for that. What's up, Jack Attack? Brady A-Team, let's get it. Yes, hopefully we get that win. What's up, Greg? Yeah, Dan, shout out to Dan, because he messaged me when the line was like close to even money. He said, you need to look at Fioro. And I wasn't able to get to it until a couple days later. By the time I finally watched the tape, I saw her at -167. I had to take a shot there because I did think that the line would move drastically once everybody started watching tape. So yeah, shout out to Dan. I think Dan got like +100 or something like that on Fioro. Really good line there. Fioro all day. We all got messed by the, yeah, a lot of people were on that. A lot of people were on that, including me, and it just sucked. I mean, he had the finish, man. Can't believe this starts at 6 a.m. for us in Cali. Yeah, good luck there. I don't know if I'd be waking up at 6 o'clock for this card, at least the start of it, at least. Let's see here. I like Leonardo as an underdog punt on DraftKings. I mean, I don't hate it, but I just don't know how well she'd score in a win. All right. We'll get into the next fight here. What do you think of the Fioro, Lazzez, and Nam parlay? Wouldn't parlay Nam? We'll talk about it in a little bit. I do think he wins, but I do think there's a better way to attack that fight. Fioro and Lazzez is probably even money, so I don't mind that. Good money on Fioro to finish. Yes, decent. I think she's like +195 to win inside the distance. That's not bad. I was definitely looking at that, but ultimately I just played her straight. So next we have Umar Nurmagomedov versus Sergey Morozov. I'm not going to spend too much on this fight. I mean, he's a -500 favorite. Nurmagomedov, I do think he wins. But watching tape on Morozov, I'm actually really impressed with the guy. I don't think the line should be this wide. I feel like it can play out close. As for DraftKings, the 9,500, it's really hard to get to when we have other plays like somebody I really like in Summadarje up there. Ricky Simone is up there. I really like him as well. So it's kind of hard for me to get to that 9,500. So I don't have much Umar Nurmagomedov, and he has like a 50% finish rate. Don't know if he's going to finish Morozov here. If anything, I think Morozov at 6,700 on DraftKings is not a bad option. I mean, I don't think he sucks. I mean, a lot of people think he sucks, and he's a +400 underdog, but I just don't get that. But ultimately, I'm going to slightly lean with Nurmagomedov to just get some top control, get takedowns. But Morozov's like, he's no joke. He's really not. So as for a bet staying away, I would kind of not parlay Nurmagomedov at -500. That seems a little bit too wide. If anything, I think the value is on Morozov at +400, but just not going to take it myself. So who do you guys have in this fight? Is anybody on Morozov? Wouldn't hate you for it, honestly, but Nurmagomedov probably does win a close decision there. What's up, Big Show Picks? How you doing? Yeah, the Larone fight is a strange one as far as odds are concerned, debating if there's value there or not. We'll talk about that soon. Morozov and Bold. Yeah, I don't. It's on the wrong thing. I'm going with Nurmagomedov. I guess I messed it up there, but Little Eagle by decision. Yeah, I'm kind of on the decision there too. You put 10K on Umar. Confidence there. Yeah, by decision is -125. That's not awful. Who is my underdog lock? I'm picking 2 underdogs, I think, which are Rivera and Chiesa. I guess Chiesa my most confident underdog. Let's see here. But yeah, 10K on Umar. Hopefully that hits for you there. And what's up, Tyler? I took Umar in parlays. I think his jog strap sniffing style will take the fight. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards as well. Yeah, I agree. It's really high there. Oh, my. Oh, this drive home just got a whole lot better. Roxanne, my underdog. We'll talk about Roxanne soon. But yeah, 150 guys in the chat. If you can hit the like button, would really appreciate that a lot. Subscribe if you have not yet. Would really appreciate that a lot. Put 1,000 on Munir, Sue, Simone, parlay. It's a lock. It's a lock. Aaron Lou says, yeah, don't hate it. Don't hate it. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Summadarje really soon. All right, so getting into the next fight. Chiesa, yeah, that's what I said, right? Chiesa? Yep, you're right there, Aaron. If I said it wrong, my bad. Didn't mean to offend you, Aaron, but yep, Chiesa. What's up, the real Bunkoots? How you doing? Okay, so getting into the next fight here, Mike Davis versus Mason Jones, and this is going to be my pick for fight of the night. Two guys that have no trouble with standing in the middle and banging until one man falls, and the line has come down a lot. So Mike Davis minus 230 opened up. He is now sitting at minus 150. So lots of people putting some money on Mason Jones. I don't hate it. I think this fight could play out close. Ultimately, I am siding with Mike Davis slightly. Mason Jones undefeated. Mike Davis, have been extremely impressed with the guy. His 2 losses coming by Sadiq Youssef, Gilbert Burns. No shame in that whatsoever. I'm going to slightly lean Mike Davis. I don't hate anybody taking the underdog shot on Mason Jones. I mean, at this point, plus 140, not really much value on that. But yeah, my pick for fight of the night on DraftKings. I don't hate either side on DraftKings. I think it's going to be high volume. I don't know if there's going to be a finish. Both guys are very durable. Both guys have never been knocked out. I think if there's a finish, it might be coming from the Mike Davis side. He does hit like an absolute truck, decent finisher. Have seen Mason Jones hurt before. I've even seen Mike Davis dropped a couple times by Sadiq Youssef. But yeah, this is a fight you are going to want to sit back and watch. But no money on it either side personally. Just going to sit back and watch this one. It should be a really, really good fight. 2 great prospects. Have a lot of interest in watching both these guys. What's up, Thomas? Yeah, I thought I said it right. I got Mason, the Welshman. Yeah, I mean, the dude's an absolute beast. The dude is a beast. He's live, but Mike Davis is a beast as well. Easy under 2.5. Yeah, at first, I was definitely looking at the under 2.5 just because of the styles of both guys. I don't hate that. All good, Aaron. Great fight. I agree. Mason by KO. Kind of bold there, but yeah, he does have a lot of power. He's a black belt as well. Mason by KO. We'll talk about Simone really soon. Let's go. Appreciate that. Mason by submission. Lots of Mason love here. Yeah, the line is coming down a little bit. I think, yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I think this could be where one of these guys take their first KO loss. Ricky looked bad at weigh-ins. Fight of the night. I agree. Please repeat my name. I'll try. Gulame Hebert. I try my best. Davis doesn't get KO'd. Yeah, he doesn't. So, yeah, we'll definitely see. But I'm slightly leaning with Mike Davis here. Really haven't been impressed with the guy. But Mason Jones is absolutely no joke. Stack card indeed. We have 14 fights here. Just enjoy this one. Exactly, Dan. Just sit back, enjoy it. It's going to be an absolute war for as long as it lasts. Maybe somebody gets finished, maybe not. All right. Felipe Tafa, early fight of the year. That was actually a really good fight. I was kind of surprised how good of a fight that was. Davis is very fast. Yes, I do think he's slightly faster on the feet. I agree. I heard that. I heard that the Michigan Sportsbook opens up on Friday. Congratulations. It's awesome. What's up, Brandon? Looking forward to a big year. Me as well. All right, so we'll get into the next fight here. And another fight that I really want nothing to do with. Francisco Figueiredo versus Jerome Rivera. And it's just there's a lot of lack of information here. I tried my hardest to go out there and find tape on Figueiredo, and there just isn't any. I got to watch one fight. It was his very last fight, and he did not look impressive to me whatsoever. He's nothing like his brother. And Davison actually came out and said that he compares Francisco, his brother, to Israel Adesanya, which if you watched any fight tape of Figueiredo, it's not true whatsoever. He's nothing like Israel Adesanya here. I don't know. Like I said, lack of information. I think it's not smart to be betting either side here. If anything, I'm taking the shot on Rivera, but really want nothing to do with this fight from a betting perspective. If anything, the fight doesn't go to decision at plus 120. Figueiredo does have a 91% finish rate. Of course, it's a lot of low-level competition, 64% by submission. Jerome Rivera, 70% finish rate, 70% all coming by submission. No knockouts on his record. But I will say this. I think this fight's going to be important on DraftKings. Kind of touched on it on my DraftKings article. I think this fight's going to go under-owned because really not many people know who these guys are. I mean, maybe they might get attracted to the Figueiredo name, but I feel like there could be a finish in this fight. Kind of a low-level fight as well, but the slight pick's going to be Jerome Rivera, the dog, just because I've seen more of him. I've seen him have success. I've seen him have not some success as well, but I have seen some decent things out of Rivera. I think the striking could be close. Don't mind the output of Rivera. And if this does hit the mat, it's going to be very interesting because Rivera's ground game is legit. And like I said, I haven't got to see much of Figueiredo's ground game. In the one video I did watch of Figueiredo, which was his last fight, he would get takedowns, but he would not just he would just stand up. He wouldn't really go into the other guy's guard. I don't know. It's such a sketchy fight here. I would really not put any money on anything besides maybe the fight doesn't go to decision. But even then, probably a good stay away fight here. So the pick's Rivera, but absolutely no confidence in it. Let's see. I'm going to sign up on Patreon. Appreciate that, Aaron. The link will be in the description for anybody that would like to. How did two judges score that, Felipe? Yeah, I thought it was a Tafa win. Didn't have any money on it. I had the over 1.5, so I'm glad that hit. At that point, I really didn't care what was going to happen. Brady, anyone know official prelim start Eastern time? 9 o'clock, I believe. 9 o'clock. I got Sue, Nam, Fioro, and Lazez, and Magny. Lock and Magny. Don't mind the first 4. We'll talk about Nam soon. I think the Nam fight's going to be close. Yep, 9, 50-50. Yeah, definitely a 50-50. Rivera is you're right. He is Figueiredo has to be okay. I think they're both so we'll definitely see here. Yeah, he does have the wild factor. Yep. And Brady, we trust. I'll go Rivera. I don't know about that. If anything, I would just stay off this fight. From a DraftKings perspective, probably play both sides there. What's up, Lee? Yeah, I thought Tafa won. You thought Felipe won hands down. Tafa did nothing past round 1. I think round 3 went to Tafa, but it was really close. I'd give Felipe round 2 there. Tafa clearly won. Magny about to get schooled. I like it. All right, so moving on. We have Dolce Langavola versus Marcus Perez. And this fight opened up minus 350 Dolce Langavola. And Marcus Perez opened up plus 260. So, really wide line there. And obviously a lot of money's come in on Perez. And Dolce is now sitting at minus 135. And Perez is at plus 130. I'll be honest, I'm kind of tempted in the Dolce side. I haven't played it yet. This might be something I add. Because how does Marcus Perez win this fight? If it stays standing, you got to think that the power advantage goes to Dolce. The striking advantage probably goes to Dolce. He's going to be the more technical fighter, the more powerful fighter. How does Marcus Perez win? Does he take Dolce down? I kind of see that hard to happen here. Let's look at the grappling stats here. Marcus Perez lands about a takedown for 15 minutes with a 26% takedown accuracy. Dolce has had, I think, like 2 fights in the UFC. One was against Ankalaev, and Ankalaev was able to take him down, I think, once. And he was able to stuff a lot of those Ankalaev takedowns as well. So, yeah, I don't really see Marcus Perez taking down Dolce. I think, if anything, Dolce can take down Marcus Perez and kind of control him there. Marcus Perez is not great off his back. So I'm kind of leaning towards the Dolce side. I don't know if I'll bet it. I'm kind of waiting. If more money keeps coming in on Perez, that's been the trend for the week. Maybe I'll take a shot on Dolce here. But as of now, it's a pass. But that might really be a potential play if it does get to like minus 130, minus 125. Something I'm really looking at because I don't really see a great path to victory for Marcus Perez here. And Dolce at the weigh-ins, he looked fantastic. He looked great. So, yeah, give me Dolce here. As for DraftKings, 8,600. Marcus Perez is a very tough guy. Only been knocked out once, which was in his very last fight. Dolce by decision plus 535. That's not a bad option there. Marcus Perez on DraftKings 7,600. I don't know how he's going to score. Is he going to submit Dolce? Maybe, but how's he going to get? I don't know if he's going to get him down. I don't know if he has the wrestling to get him down. And even then, he doesn't shoot as much takedowns as you'd like him to as a really good grappler, because he really is. But he's been striking a lot more than he really has to be as of late. So give me Dolce here. Might bet it, might not, but I don't know. I might plug it in. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, DFS_numbers, Instagram, DFS by the numbers. That might be a potential play, especially if the line keeps closing in a little bit. Appreciate that, Dev. Dolce champ is a lock. That's a wild fight. I predicted KO. Took a small shot on Dolce by decision plus 750. Don't hate that. It's now down to like plus 500 something. Marcus Perez's stand-up looked to improve his last fight. Yes, it did for the couple minutes that fight lasted with his hands. Chin is a little worrisome. Usually he has a good chin, so I was kind of shocked he got knocked out like that. Had a lot of tickets on Holloway to win in the 4th and 5th round. Do you think Herb did a good job reffing that fight? I'm way too biased to rewatch it. I personally thought he should have stopped it, but it is what it is. I think the worst bet of the night was not betting Max Holloway there at like minus 150, and that's going to haunt me for the rest of my life there. But we move on. Max Holloway put on a tremendous performance there. Perez got hit by a pillow last fight, and he went night-night. Joker has left the city. I got Dolce closest fight for me. It's a close fight, but yeah, I'm kind of leaning Dolce as well. I think the victory is certain for Dolce if he doesn't gas himself out going for the kill. I don't know. I don't think he'll gas himself out. I don't really see many problems with this gas tank. I guess the output could be an issue for Dolce. It doesn't really throw much, but when he does throw, he lands hard. Yep, everyone made weight, and nobody had COVID. Yep, 14 fights are all on as of now. Hopefully they all stay on. Dolce takes him down, at which Perez will submit him. Like I said, I mean, we've seen guys take down Perez, and Perez can't really offer much off his back, so wouldn't trust either of these guys. Stay away. Dolce is old. He is kind of old. He's like 35. I think Perez is, what, like 32, something like that? Yeah, if you bet the Holloway decision, I bet you were sweating, man. That was crazy. All right, so do you want to shout out the sponsor again, Pub Sports Radio? Go head over there and subscribe to them. I think we're almost at like 4,000 subs. I do think we're going live for the fights tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be on or not, but I believe we're going live for the fights tomorrow. Of course, we'll be going live for the fights on Saturday, and going to be getting some extra content out on there as well. So go ahead over there, hit the subscribe button. Would really appreciate that a ton. Quickest fight of the night, Morea and Villanueva or Sue? Morea and Villanueva. 14 hours before fight number 1. Let's get it. All right. So getting into the next fight here, and we have Summadarje versus Zarrukh Adeshev. And yeah, I mean, Zarrukh came in his UFC debut against Tyson Nam, somebody we'll talk about in a little bit. The dude got knocked out, what, like the first 20 seconds? I think it was like the very first shot that Nam landed. Zarrukh went out cold. And he's coming in here, looks to be in a little bit better shape than he was last time. But what a bad matchup, I'd say, against Summadarje here. Somebody that's going to have a massive height advantage, a massive reach advantage, I think 7 inches. And seeing them at the weigh-ins today, Summadarje looked like a whole weight class above Zarrukh. And going back and watching the tape of Zarrukh, I actually don't think he's a bad fighter. He does have a kickboxing background as well. But I just think Summadarje is somebody to really look out for. He's very young. I think he's 24 or 25 years old. The thing that I didn't like about him at first was he's been submitted in all 4 of his losses. He's not going to have to worry about that here. And he's actually been working on his takedown defense. He's been working on his ground game, and his striking is legit. Very good leg kicks, very good body kicks, very good head kicks as well. He probably knocks out Zarrukh here. I think he's sitting at like minus 430 here. I think he's a fine parlay piece. Don't have him parlay myself, but wouldn't hate anybody taking a parlay shot on Summadarje. If I do have a Hail Mary, he's probably going to be in there. As for Zarrukh, I don't know. I think it's a tough matchup. I think they're going to be striking, and I do think that favors Summadarje. Do I think he should be minus 430? Maybe not minus 430, but I do think he wins the fight. And I think the 7-inch reach is going to be huge here for Sue. As for DraftKings, I think Summadarje is my 2nd or 3rd highest owned fighter on DraftKings. As for Zarrukh, I have like 1%, 2%. Don't have much. So a lot of my night is riding on Summadarje to hopefully get the finish here and hopefully get it early. Some props I don't mind. Summadarje by KO minus 145. That's not a bad line. That's really not a bad line. The dude hits like a truck for the 125-pound division, so I don't hate that. Yeah, but give me Summadarje here pretty much all day. I have it in a Hail Mary parlay, and I'm going to load up on DraftKings as well. So Summadarje for me. Who do you guys have? Is anybody taking Zarrukh here? It seems like a lot of love for Summadarje. Let's see here. Nam hits a ton. Yeah, hits really, really hard. Yes, he does. Nam, we'll talk about that soon. I got Dolce by decision plus 800. There you go. I really like Jones, Perello, and Omari underdogs. I don't mind a couple of those. Gordon has a better chin than Adeshev, just a clue. I don't know about that. Sue by fatality. Bounce back this week, yes, sir. I got Brady and Mahomes in Kansas City with the win. Is Mahomes going to play this week? I heard he was injured. I wonder if he plays this week. What's up, Danny, in the chat? Midweek fights, let's go. Yeah, I agree. Although they are early, but still, midweek fights nonetheless. Sue rounds 1 and 2, probably. Who hits harder, Summadarje or Nam? I think it's close, but probably Nam. Summadarje is overrated a little bit, mate. Looking to fade him, not sure if it's this fight. I mean, if you want to fade him against a wrestler grappler, somebody that has submissions. I don't know if Zarrukh has any of that, so I think it should be fine there. Let's see here. Chandler or Hooker, that breakdown will be coming out Thursday morning, hopefully. Sue by KO, yes, sir. All right. So getting into the next fight here, I think he could. I'm not going to bet it personally, but I do think he could, and that is at plus money. I don't think Zarrukh is a scrub as much as people think he is, but Summadarje probably does get it done. All right, next we have Ricky Simone versus Gaetano Perello. Ricky Simone is minus 450, opened up minus 285, and Perello is plus 400. So lots of money coming in on Ricky Simone, rightfully so. Lots of people putting him in their parlays. And yeah, I parlayed Ricky Simone as well. I parlayed him when he was minus 315. So yeah, a lot of money has come in on him as since then. And yeah, I like this matchup for Simone quite a bit. Watching tape on Perello, he's very dangerous on the feet. He has finished a majority of his fights, 93%, 73% by knockout there. He has been finished in 3 of his 5 losses, 3 coming by submission. And it's just a really, really, really bad stylistic matchup for somebody in Perello here. Somebody that has very questionable takedown defense, somebody that has a very questionable ground game in general. And Ricky Simone is somebody that averaged just over 6 takedowns for 15 minutes against pretty legit competition. So this is like a huge, huge gap in skill between the two. I do expect Ricky Simone to roll here. I just don't know if he's going to get the finish or not. But like I said, I do have him in a parlay with somebody else we'll talk about in a little bit. Fairly confident in Ricky. And yeah, don't hate him as a parlay piece whatsoever. And minus 450, it is getting a little bit wide. But this is like a nightmare stylistic matchup for someone in Perello that can be taken down, can be controlled, and can be submitted as well. So give me Ricky Simone. And as for DraftKings, I think Simone is either my second or highest owned on DraftKings as well. As for Perello, I do have like 9%, 10%, just because he is a threat to get a knockout. But I think Simone should be fine here. Simone's been knocked out once. Yes, it was by Uriah Faber. I kind of think that was a fluke. But other than that, he has really good recoverability. When he does get hurt, he goes for takedowns. I do think I'll have that option here. So give me Simone here, and fairly confident in that as well. So who do you guys hear? I know a lot of people, not a lot of people. I know some people going with Perello here, which is kind of interesting there. Have I said my, the first leg to the parlay is going to be Simone. I'll get to the other one in a second. Ricky Simone locked. Ricky looked depleted. I mean, it looked kind of jacked to me. Ricky looked like he had a tough weight cut. I mean, I went back and watched because I had some people message me saying he did have a bad weight cut. I mean, if anything, he looked sweaty, he looked tired, but he was able to flex and he looked like he looked ripped. I think he'll be fine. Perello has no takedown defense. Yes, you're right. None whatsoever. Such an easy matchup for Simone. Simone should finish up around minus 700. I don't know about minus 700, but yeah, I think it was going to finish around that range a little bit. Perello did look bigger. You're right. How did Simone look? A lot of people thought he looked bad. I didn't think he looked bad. Simone looked real bad on the scale. Simone via sub. I'm kind of thinking submission. Hated last week's card for parlay, so I parlayed Holloway last week with Simone, and this week at plus money. Really good parlay there. Nice. If you bet Perello to win, I'm sorry, but you lost your money. Yeah, I think people are taking. I don't know. Maybe Simone did look bad. I might have to go back and watch. I watched it a couple times, but if anything, he looked tired. He looked sweaty, but he didn't look bad to me. Let's see here. Ricky, easy here. I'm kind of with you there, Z. A few people on my podcast took the under, took the minus 3.5 points handicap. That I like that too. Yeah, I don't mind that as well. Yeah, that's a tough one. Does Ricky Simone finish this guy? He's not much of a finisher. Could he submit Perello? That has been submitted 3 times. That's what I'm kind of struggling on. But ultimately, I'm going to keep that parlay piece there. I like it quite a bit. What's up, Robert? But yeah, so yeah, I do like Ricky there. But yeah, there are some people on Perello, so maybe he does pull off the upset. There were a lot of upsets last week, but that was last week. Simone via sub plus 145. What I was kind of looking at was maybe the under 2.5, or the fight doesn't go to decision, which is I think plus money. I think it's minus 110 for fight doesn't go to decision, but I'm not going to mess around with it because I can definitely see Ricky Simone getting a dominant decision there. If he doesn't finish, it'll be a 30-27. Good way to get better odds on Ricky. Definitely agree there. 30-27, maybe 30-26. Just a really bad stylistic matchup for Perello. I mean, bad weight cut or not, you think that, Simone can take him down, stay out of trouble, maybe find a sub. All right. Next, we have Tom Breeze versus Amari Akhmedov. I'm really struggling with this fight. I kind of like where the opener is at as well. Tom Breeze opened up minus 110. Akhmedov opened at minus 120. Tom Breeze is minus 160 right now. Akhmedov is plus 150. I'm really struggling with this fight. I think Tom Breeze is the more talented fighter. But, man, I do see him getting taken down early. I do have questions about the Akhmedov gas tank, but Akhmedov has some really good wrestling. He averages, we'll go to it here, he averages about 2.5 takedowns for 50 minutes with a 50% takedown accuracy, which is very good. I have seen Tom Breeze taken down before. Tom Breeze is a black belt. I don't know. I'm going to slightly lean with Tom Breeze just for the cardio. For the output, I don't know, but I can see Akhmedov taking down Breeze and controlling him for a little bit. So I don't know. I'm definitely staying away from this fight, especially where the line's at now. What's interesting is a lot of Breeze's fights as of late have been finishing. I think like all of his fights since like 2016, something like that, have been finishing, whether he's getting finished or getting the finish himself. So I kind of wouldn't be shocked if this fight did finish, which is plus 100. Don't hate that. On DraftKings, Akhmedov at 7,500 is really intriguing. I think this fight's going to play out very, very close. I do see Akhmedov getting takedowns. I see Doom getting control time as well. So I think 7,500 for Akhmedov is not bad. As for Breeze, 8,700, I don't know. I think that's a little bit too wide there, but I'm going to slightly lean with Breeze because of the volume advantage, because of the cardio advantage. But it just seems like a really sketchy fight for me to bet on here. So Tom Breeze for me. On DraftKings, kind of like the Akhmedov side a little bit more. No action on this fight, though. Let's see here. Simone and Cash. I personally do have Simone and Summadarje and Cash. Ricky got KO'd by Faber. Yes, he does. And yeah, he does not KO people. Yeah, you're right. Hit the thumbs up button, Rob. I agree there. Let's see here. Met Faber at Burbank Airport. Dude is tiny, really nice guy. He's a nice guy. Going to be tempted on Amari if the line keeps getting wider. Can't trust Breeze as the favorite. You really can't. Could quit if he ends up on bottom like he did versus Allen. Yeah, a lot of people did say that he quit. I don't know if he quit, but he definitely did get dominated, put out there. But it's going to be sketchy. If you're on the Breeze side, it's going to be sketchy, especially early, because I do see him probably getting taken down. So the plus money on Amari is probably not a bad way to go. Amari, for all the value at plus 140, he slows everyone down with his power standing up. Yep. Not pretty at all, but he throws hard, straight shots, especially beginning of the fight. Add the wrestling on top. Yeah, so I don't hate that. I got to see Faber get into the Hall of Fame. I bet this inside the distance. The only way I touch this fight. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that at first, but at this point I'm going to pass. Yeah, really struggling with that fight. I think it's going to be close. Amari had 4 takedowns versus Weidman. Last loss for Breeze was against Allen, who took him down. Yep. Great show, as always, from a Conor fan. We'll talk about Conor real soon within the next couple of days. How does Amari even win fights? He stinks. Something like that. Great fight, really close. I have got Amari. I think it'll be close as well. Dog or pass for me. I'm kind of with you there from a betting perspective, but the pick's going to be Breeze very, very, very slightly. I think it's going to be so close. All right, so getting into the next fight here, we have Lerone Murphy versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. Yeah, minus 290 for Murphy. I do think it's a little bit wide. I think Douglas Andrade is getting a little bit disrespected here. What I will say is Murphy's going to have a pretty big size and reach advantage. I think it's like 5 or 6 inches. And at the weigh-ins, it's definitely apparent that Murphy is going to be the bigger guy. I am picking him to win, but Douglas Andrade has fought some legit competition. But he is like 35 years old, definitely slowing down. At this weight class, I don't know. I think Murphy's going to just be the bigger guy. Probably win a decision here. I don't know if he's going to finish Andrade. Andrade is very tough, but I'm going to take Murphy to win. The 9,200 does seem a little bit steep, but I don't know. If anything, I think Andrade at 7,000 is not a bad option, but Murphy probably does get this done. I'm not going to parlay it personally. I don't even think I'd have it in my Hail Mary as well, but Murphy probably by decision, but just no interest in betting this one whatsoever. Murphy by submission. I mean, it could happen. Andrade has been submitted before. I don't think Murphy has a submission on his record, though. No, he doesn't. No, 0% submission rate, but I have seen him put some guys in some bad spots. Murphy by submission plus 975. Interesting there. Aziz MMA. I took Breeze versus Amari. Doesn't go to decision. A little bit on the other two. Breeze lights him up or Amari breaks him. Yeah, I definitely thought that as well. That was definitely something I was going to pull the trigger on, but yeah, I think that hits for you. I really do think that hits. Like a lot of Breeze's last couple fights have been ending inside the distance. Rivera and Chiesa are going to lose these predictions. Thank you, TK. Appreciate that. A lot of people have trashed my who was it? My Mello prediction last week. Look what happened there. So good luck, TK. Murphy by submission. Amanda Hebos for next week. We'll talk about that in a couple of days here. Another great fight. Murphy is a new star. I mean, sure does look like it. Great parlay piece. I mean, not for me personally, but yeah, he probably should win here. Murphy decision. Ricardo Ramos is tougher challenge than De Andrade. Could be. Murphy should win, but the line is wide or accurate. Fight doesn't go to decision. The fight goes to... No, that means the fight doesn't go to decision. I passed on Melo. Line was obviously wide. Scary money don't make money. That's true, but I don't know. I probably could never bet on that fight. But yeah, that line was wide. Sorry, bro, just joined. Did you talk about the main event yet? No, I did not. But I am leaning Chiesa as of now. At GPPs, what percent of your lineups are under 49,300? I'll have to check on that. Andrade abs to be built on him. Yeah, he's a ripped dude. He's a really a ripped dude. I seen you like Chiesa over Magny. I'm on the fence for that fight. Magny seemed confident to face Cosmat's wrestling. Cashapp sub is plus 950. I mean, maybe. He doesn't have a sub on his record, but we have seen Summadarje subbed 4 times in all of his losses. Appreciate that, Jack. Yeah, I mean, that one felt good. It felt really good because it seemed like nobody was on Melo. Dude, that fight doesn't go to decision. Acronym is impossible to decipher. Inside the distance is more universally recognized. Okay. Magny all day. Yeah, a lot of people are really confident on Magny. So we'll get into the next fight here. And I do have a bet on this fight. Tyson Nam versus Matt Schnell. And what I did was I got the opener on this one. I got Tyson Nam wins by KO TKO at plus 175. I think it's sitting at plus 150. I still think there's value on that. I'll tell you why. So he is currently sitting at minus 125. I really don't see any other path to victory for Nam here other than a knockout. He's not going to out-volume Schnell in a decision. He's not going to take him down. He's not going to obviously submit Matt Schnell. The only path to victory I see for Tyson Nam is by KO, and that plus 175 I think is a lot better than paying the minus 120, minus 125 there. So I do have a sprinkle on that KO prop. Plus 175 is a crazy line to me. And Schnell's been knocked out 3 times. He's a very, very chinny guy. I remember he got knocked down. He was on the mat. I think he was on bottom by like some hammer fist on bottom. And he like barely touched him and he got knocked out. Like the dude's like really, really chinny. And Nam is, say what you want about Nam. I mean, he's low volume, but when he does land, he lands hard. And Schnell's going to bring the type of fight that's going to definitely benefit Nam. I mean, Schnell's going to initiate in brawls. And at that point, you just got to favor Nam there. So can Schnell win a decision? Of course he can. It's not hard to beat Tyson Nam. All you have to do is not get knocked out, but that's easier said than done with somebody as chinny as Matt Schnell. So I do like that KO prop. Really wouldn't play it any other way. Schnell by decision, if you are on the Schnell side, plus 210. And a lot of people are talking about Schnell maybe taking Nam down, getting a submission, something like that. But Nam's never been submitted in 32 fights. Nam has never been taken down in the UFC thus far. And Schnell doesn't go for as many takedowns anyway. I mean, Schnell lands about a half a takedown for 15 minutes, 33% takedown accuracy. He's going to bring the style that's going to, in my opinion, benefit Nam because Nam's probably going to knock him out here. So give me Tyson Nam by knockout. If you think Schnell's going to win, probably a decision prop. But on DraftKings, I like Nam a lot at 8,400 because if he does win, it's going to be by knockout, hopefully early. Schnell, I don't know how well he's going to score if he just outpoints Nam for 15 minutes. So I think if there's a finish on either side, it's going to be the Nam side. And I do like that plus 175 Nam KO prop rather than paying the minus 125, minus 130. So, yeah, don't hate anybody taking a shot on Schnell because, he definitely can win. But I just think the plus 175 is a little crazy there. Let's see here. I put 25 Melo for the fun of it. There you go. Really good bet there. Love Nam. Nam's looked really good as of late. Has 2 knockout wins in a row. Of course, against not great competition, but still. I got Nam easy. Dude's tough and has power. He sure does have a lot of power. Nam's small and he stuffs takedowns very well. Yes, he does. Hit the like. Let's get it over to 100. I agree there. Appreciate that, Dylan. So I think Nam can get the bonus. Yeah, he's somebody that definitely can get the 60-second bonus. We'll talk about somebody else that I think is going to get the 60-second bonus in a second. But yeah, the bonus is something to look out for sure. Minus 170 fight doesn't go to decision. I mean, nah, I don't love that. Maybe the under, because I don't really see Schnell finishing. Maybe he does, but I think the more likely outcome is that KO prop, and it's like plus 150 now. So if anything, I'd probably go that. Let's see here. But yeah, for DraftKings, mostly on the Nam side for me on this one. Don't know how much Schnell I'll have. I think I have like 15% Schnell, something like that. I think I have like 30% Nam. Nothing crazy, but Nam gets a knockout KO. Sue can get the bonus. Yeah, he's somebody that definitely could. You about to say that Villanueva is going to get the 60-second bonus? Yeah, he's somebody that definitely could. Yes, sir. Nam round 1 plus 325. I wouldn't take it personally. But yeah, if you think he's going to knock him out early, you definitely can. It's definitely possible. All right, so we're at about 40 minutes here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fights left. So doing pretty good on time. Next fight here, we have Viviane Araujo versus Roxanne Matafferi. Yeah, for me, this is a pretty easy call here. It's going to be Viviane Araujo to get the win here, probably by decision. Roxanne's very tough. She's been knocked out one time in how many fights? Like 42 fights. So very tough. But this is like a really bad matchup for Roxanne Matafferi. Like, how does she win this fight? Viviane Araujo has about a 92% takedown defense so far in the UFC. She's very strong. A lot of people don't know this, but she is a black belt herself. So if this does hit the mat, I don't know if Roxanne's just going to roll over her and dominate her like she did to Andrea Lee. And Andrea Lee is somebody that has like a 45% takedown defense. And I know Roxanne's been getting these big upsets, but look at who she's beating. Macy Barber. Macy Barber was like minus 1,000. She did get hurt in that fight. She beat Antonina Shevchenko, somebody that has a non-existent ground game, and Andrea Lee, somebody that has an awful takedown defense. So, yeah, I think this is a really good matchup for Araujo. Very confident in this. There's going to be a lot of people taking the dog shot on Matafferi. I don't hate it, I guess, because she has been winning as a dog. It's just how does she win this? Does she take Araujo down? I think it's going to be really hard to do. But I mean, go for it. If you think Roxanne has a chance, go for it. I really don't. Araujo is probably one of my most confident picks on the slate. Don't have her in a parlay, but I did throw her in a Hail Mary. She probably should get it done here. As for DraftKings, really no interest in this fight. I think Araujo boxes her up for maybe 2.5 rounds, gets the decision win. Don't know if she's going to finish Roxanne. So the 9,100 is a little bit too steep. Probably going to be my lowest owned fight as a whole on the slate. So yeah, give me Viviane here, but no bets on this one. Who do you guys have here? Anybody taking a shot on Roxanne? I honestly think she's going to get dominated here, but there's a lot of people taking a shot on her. He looked decent at the face-off. Do I bet Mason Jones? I mean, if you think he has a chance, he's at underdog money there. I don't hate that underdog shot. Not doing it personally. Staying away from this one. Every time I count out Rock, she provides. Yeah, I'm definitely counting her out here, so maybe she does prove me wrong, but this seems like an awful, awful matchup for her. So many picks, I agree. Araujo I was kind of thinking that. Roxanne has been submitted 3 times. Viviane is a black belt. Araujo by sub plus 865. This fight is not something I really want to mess around with. Vivi is super small compared to Roxy. I think she should be at 115. If Vivi she looked jacked at weigh-ins though. All of Roxanne's upsets have been through wrestling. Yes, they have. And I don't know if you're gonna go do that to Viviane here. Great fight. I got the Brazilian. She's got good conditioning. Viviane, her conditioning is a little bit suspect, but I think she should be fine there. Roxanne, because she's hot. A little bit. Roxanne has this spectacular 31% striking accuracy. She couldn't hit a broadside of a barn. Araujo by murder. I'm kind of with you there. Everybody touting Nam. I think his ownership will be high to bank on a plus 170 when he's almost surely going to need a KO for optimal. That is true. He's going to need a knockout for optimal. If he does not get it, he's going to bust. That is true. Future star, I agree. Araujo can get the KO, maybe. Good idea. I agree. I have in the past a little bit. I wouldn't say for sure, but probably does. Vivi is like Connor, but better. Roxy, the slow plodding upset queen. Let's see here. A little bit what? Oh, the Roxanne. Yeah, I mean, try to be nice to Roxanne. Roxanne's a nice fighter there. Roxanne hot, no, but she's been looking. Yeah, she has been working on her strength for sure. Roxanne by intelligence. I always bet on Roxy. I mean, I don't know if that's a good strategy. I mean, she's like 25-17. She's lost 17 fights, but yeah, she seems to be getting a lot of action this week as an underdog. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't bet VN here, but Jessica I, completely different fighter from Roxanne here. Roxanne is a beast. I got to disagree there, but moving on. Don't really want to touch on that fight too much. Ike Villanueva versus Vinces Moreira, and this is another bet I have. I do have the under 1.5 rounds here at minus 112. I have 1.25 units on it, and this is a fight that really should finish in the first round. I mean, it's going to go one of two ways. Vinces Moreira is going to come out here. He's going to try to get takedowns right away. He's going to not get the first one. He's going to keep trying for takedowns because he is relentless with it. I'll give him that. But if he does not get that third or fourth takedown attempt, he's going to get knocked out. I mean, we've seen it 3 times in a row in the UFC. I mean, Paul Craig is somebody that hurt him bad, ended up submitting him, I think. If Paul Craig is rocking you on the feet, you know you're chinny, and this dude's one of the chinniest guys I've ever seen. Villanueva, I mean, not the most impressive fighter, but he does have a lot of power. 81% finish rate for Villanueva there. He does hit really hard, and Moreira has absolutely no chin. So I think Villanueva is going to come out here, knock him out. I think the first couple shots that touches Moreira's chin, he's going to go down. On the flip side of things, if Moreira is able to get down Villanueva, he's going to submit him. I mean, Villanueva is a fish out of water on the mat, and he's been submitted 5 times in his 11 losses. And it's really hard to see this going past that 1.5 round mark. So, yeah, give me the under 1.5 here. If I had to do a pick, it'd be Villanueva getting the knockout. But I wouldn't be shocked if Moreira did get this to the mat because his ground game is pretty good. I mean, he's somebody that went out there and submitted John Alon, who's a black belt himself. So kind of impressive there, but it's just he has no wrestling. He has no striking. He has no chin. And Ike Villanueva probably knocks him out. So Villanueva is actually I want to say my highest owned fighter on DraftKings because he has that first round potential. He has that first round knockout potential. And I do have a lot of Moreira as well because if he does get into the mat, he's probably getting a submission there. But I think the under is the best look, under 1.5. But give me Villanueva here to get it done. But yeah, ugly fight. I don't know why this is on the main card. It's a really weird fight, but it is the people's main event. Should be fun for as long as it lasts. 2 different, completely opposite styles going against each other. I think it's going to be fun. But hopefully Ike Villanueva gets it done early or even Moreira. I don't care. Somebody get it done early. That's all I want. Let's see here. Plus 550 fight doesn't go to or fight goes to decision. That dude gets the decision. I'd be shocked if it does not end inside the distance there. Nam plus Ike, both in round 1, 22-1 general parlay. Don't mind that. I mean, I think both guys have potential to win in the first round. Let's see here. Definitely think this one ends in a round. It seems like a good one to work into a parlay. Yeah, I have the fight doesn't go to decision in a Hail Mary. I really like that play. I think it hits. Let's see here. Both of these guys are great at one thing, finding ways to lose fights. Best bet is one of these clowns finding a way to lose fast. The under is nice. Yeah, I agree there. Bet both fighters in round 1. You could do that. Fight of the night. I want to say Jones versus Davis, I think is fight of the night. Let's see here. Preston. What's up, Preston? Moreira is still in the UFC. I guess so. I think whoever loses this fight is going to be cut. I mean, there's probably no way around that. Close fight, I actually think decision. I would be shocked if they've seen the scorecards. All right, so let's see what we got here. Could be a draw. It really could be a draw. All right, so it's now time for the co-main event, and this is going to close out my bets for the night. So I was talking about that parlay piece earlier. I do have Ricky Simone parlayed with Munir Lazzez. I got it at -102, and I have 2 units on that. I don't know what it is now, but I really do like that parlay. I think Ricky Simone gets it done. I think he has a huge advantage, a huge gap in skill between his opponent, and a great stylistic matchup for him as well. Munir Lazzez, the other part of that parlay as well. And the crazy thing is Munir opened up, I want to say like -110 around there on some books. I was not able to get that line, but I got it around -200 in a parlay with Ricky Simone at -315. And then I have another bet as well. I have the under 2.5 rounds -120, and I have 1.2 units on that. So 2 bets riding on this fight here. And I like the under a lot here for a couple reasons. If Warlley Alves wins, it's going to be early. There's no way around that. He's somebody that's really good, but he's really good for the first couple minutes of the fight. And I think the window for him to win is really, really small. And Lazzez, he's never been submitted. I have seen him taken down a decent amount of times, get in some bad spots, but he was able to work out of those spots. And, I think he's going to have a significant cardio advantage, which is important here. He's going to have a significant striking advantage. And I think he's probably going to knock out Warlley Alves here. So give me the Munir Lazzez with Ricky Simone in that parlay. The under to kind of hedge in a way. But I also think Lazzez could get maybe a late first round finish or a finish in the second round as well. So as for DraftKings, you do want to target this fight. Lazzez at 9K. I do think he has a lot of upside there. Warlley Alves at 7,200 if you're looking for a punt. Alves is somebody that has a small window to get it done, but he can get it done. I mean, he could. He's definitely live, but he's only live for a couple minutes in my opinion. I do think that cardio is going to not help him quite a bit in this fight. And I think the cardio of Lazzez is going to be, much greater. So give me Lazzez here to get it done. Lazzez 80% finish rate, 80% by knockout. Really Alves 69% finish rate, 44% by submission. He's really good at submissions, but he did get submitted by Randy Brown his last fight. Something to think about there. But yeah, give me Manir Lazzez here. It's going to be a really popular play. I see a ton of people on him, which kind of scares me. But like I said, if Alves does win in the first round, which that's about to victory, I do have that hedged out a little bit. So who do you guys have here? I know there's going to be a lot of people on Lazzez. Don't really see many people on Alves. Let's see here. Lazzez round 2 looks good. You don't hate that. Looks in much better shape. I agree. Most of Lazzez's wins are to scrubs. That is true. But he did go out there and dominate Abdulrazak Al Hassan as a pretty big underdog there. Do I think Nurmagomedov is a solid parlay piece? Me personally, I think it's a little bit too wide, but he should win. Lazzez by head kick? Probably, yeah. Let's clear something up real quick. Goes to decision, plus equals goes to decision. It doesn't go to decision, equals doesn't go to decision. There's no reason to say does go to decision. I agree. 1.5 over Sue fight. Going to cash the bet under, though, for me. I appreciate it. Yep. Alves did beat Colby Covington. Brady, did you see Simone to finish in your parlay? No, not to finish. It's just straight Simone and Lazzez straight -102, 2 units on that. I got Lazzez 2 units at -190 and 1 unit on the under. So we're kind of thinking the same way here. We think that Lazzez can definitely get a finish, but you kind of that hedge a little bit if Alves does get it done early, which I do think is a really small window to happen. I don't think so, but a lot of people seem to think so. Lazzez better not pull a Buckley. I mean, I was kind of prepared for that, but I'm kind of prepared for Alves. I think he has a small window to win. Kind of. I didn't expect Sharika to go out there and knock him out that early and stuff, but nope, no Sue in my parlay. I have him in Hail Mary, but no Sue in my parlay, especially at -500 now. All right, so we'll touch on the main event a little bit. We're sitting at 52 minutes. People getting mad at Buckley. Understandable. All right, Neil Magny versus Michael Chiesa. And yeah, at first, before I got into anything, I really liked the Magny side. I thought the narrative of, Chiesa does slow down a ton as the fight goes on. I thought that Magny might be able to stuff some takedowns, take it to the later rounds, take over, maybe find a finish as of late. But after really digging in, going through Chiesa's career, I think he's made a ton of improvements at this weight class. And I've been looking his cardio looks a lot better than it has been in the past. I think moving up a weight class has been a huge benefit to him. I think he's 3-0 in this weight class. Beat guys like Diego Sanchez, which is not a great win. Carlos Condit, which is not a great win, but RDA, which is a pretty good win there. But definitely going to be his toughest task here at this weight class. But Magny is somebody that take a look at it here. He hasn't fought many grapplers as of late. And I don't really want to go through all of his record as of now, but I did on my prediction video. And I guess the last wrestler grappler he fought was Anthony Rocco Martin, but Martin was able to hold him up against the cage for a decent amount of time. And I do think Chiesa's definitely the better wrestler grappler than Anthony Rocco Martin there. And Magny typically does struggle with these wrestler grapplers, and he hasn't fought one in a long time, like I said. But Chiesa's been looking fantastic at this weight class. He looks to be, improving his cardio. His wrestling looks good. His top control looks good, and he's dangerous as well. Magny has a 59% takedown defense, and Magny has also been submitted 3 times in his career as well. And yeah, I like the Chiesa side. I think that Chiesa is going to win the first couple rounds. I think rounds 4 and 5 could get a little bit iffy, especially if he does slow down, but I don't know. Give me Chiesa here by decision. I wouldn't be shocked if he got the submission as well. Magny has been submitted. But man, it's hard to pick Magny here if you think that, or I think it at least. He's going to be coming from behind. I don't see him stuffing the takedowns. I think he's going to be on his back for the majority of the fight. Does he find a late finish? Maybe. But his finish rate is 37%, which, to put that in perspective, Roxanne Matafferi has a bigger finish rate than Neil Magny there. Neil Magny has the worst finish rate on the whole slate at 37%. Dude's not a finisher. He can't finish guys. I don't see him submitting Chiesa. Chiesa's never been knocked out. Very tough. I like Chiesa here. I'm not going to bet it. Was very, very tempted. I was hoping more money would come in on Magny, but I'm just going to sit back and watch. As for DraftKings, I don't really like this fight as a whole on DraftKings. I have actually, I want to say 60% total of it, which is kind of low for a main event. Yes, it's going to go 5 rounds, but I think a lot of those 5 rounds, Magny's going to be on his back. Chiesa is going to be getting a lot of top control. It's hard to score points from your back. If you think that Magny can stuff takedowns for 15 minutes or for 25 minutes against Chiesa, play him in DraftKings. But if you think that Chiesa is going to get takedowns, some top control for the majority of the fight like I do, I probably go on the Chiesa side, if anything. But I'm not in love with this fight on DraftKings. As for stacking it, again, I just don't know how much. I think one guy is going to have success with what they want to do in this fight. Either it's going to be Magny stuffing the takedowns, keeping it at range, or I think it's going to be Chiesa getting on the inside, getting the takedowns, getting the top control. It's hard to see this fight scoring well as a whole, but I think one guy is going to score decent, and that pick for me is going to be Chiesa to get the decision win, and I wouldn't be shocked if he got the submission as well. But yeah, lots of love on Magny, and I can understand it. At first, I was all over the Magny train, but after really looking into it, I think that this is a really good fight for Chiesa. All right, let's see what we got in the chat. Who do you guys have? Fading the main and GPP. Yeah, I'm fading it in a decent amount of lineups, believe it or not. Magny is getting choked out. Y'all keep betting Neil, please. It looks like that Neil money has stopped a little bit. No bet on the main. We'll look to target. That's a good look there. If you think that Chiesa is slowing down in that second or even third round, yeah, definitely look to live bet Magny. That's a way to look at it. The spreadsheet on the screen is available through Patreon. Support our dude. Get the goodies. Appreciate that. Shoot proof. Chiesa round 4 finish plus 2,000. Shot in the dark there. Let's see here. I really don't. I mean, the dude typically gets taken down a bunch. 59% takedown defense. I don't see him keeping it standing. Maybe in the later rounds, if Chiesa does tire out, maybe he does stuff those takedowns better. But early on, especially, I see Chiesa taking those early rounds. Let's see here. Under 4.5 rounds is good. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't really see Magny being able to finish. Maybe he does late. Chiesa can maybe find a submission. Magny is longer, has more power and speed. Yeah, but how's that longness, the power and speed going to matter when he's on his back? That's just what I'm thinking there. Chiesa sub plus 400. Don't hate it. I like the Chiesa line as well. Magny's length may pose a big problem. That length does pose a problem. It's easier to get in on his legs, take him down. Let's see here. I've seen a lot of people agree that Ike versus Vinicius will be inside the distance. I have seen a lot of money on it. I mean, yeah, rightfully so. I mean, Maria has never went to the scorecards. He's never went to the scorecards. All right, so that's about it. I'm going to quickly recap my bets, and I did post a betting breakdown on my channel as well, so go check that out. Kind of a condensed version of this. I have Manon Fioro minus 167, 2 units on it. I have a parlay with Munir Lazzez and Ricky Simone minus 102, 2 units on it. I have Tyson Nam wins by TKO KO plus 175, 1 unit on it. I have the Morea and Villanueva under 1.5 rounds minus 112, 1.25 units on it. And I have Worley Alves versus Munir Lazzez under 2.5 rounds minus 120, 1.2 units on it. Some things I'm looking at. I haven't placed it yet. I probably don't know if I'll place it or not, but follow me on Twitter, DFS_numbers, Instagram, DFS by the numbers. I'll be putting my bets out on there like really soon. I'm looking at Dolce. I'm looking hard at Dolce. I don't mind Chiesa. I'm probably going to pass on that, but Dolce is probably the one I'm really looking at. So make sure you guys tune in for that. I have not bet it yet, but those are my 5 bets. And I have a couple bets out already for the 257 cards. So I'll hopefully get that breakdown out, hopefully Thursday morning at the earliest there. Yeah, DraftKings is going to be tough this week. 14 fights especially. But hopefully it's a good week. Let's see here. Appreciate that, Loomis. Davis or Jones, slightly leaning Davis, but man, it's going to be a good fight. Yeah, it's going to be hard to read that optimal lineup for DK. Yeah, especially with so many fights. So many fights can go either way. It is a tough week, but it should be fine here. Probably. But I do think there's a chance it could finish. Both guys are absolute killers. Appreciate that, Dev. Are you talking more DraftKings in the next stream? I'm going to make a couple lineups tonight. The Patreon-only live stream is going to be at 12:15 tonight. I know it's late, but you know what else can you do? And then I'm going live on Pub Sports Radio at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks, Freddie. You got to have a good amount of Davis on DraftKings and why? I think, yeah, I need a decent amount of that fight. Yeah, either side's fine. Fights at 9 a.m. Yes, sir. What do you think of this parlay? Lazez, Araujo, and Murphy. I don't hate it. Akhmedov, the best dog. He may be the best dog. I think Chiesa, Akhmedov are all fine. Rivera, I guess. Rana, but do you have the Packers winning this weekend? Yes, sir, I do. I'm going to take the main at GPP down. I hope you do. Hopefully you do. Hopefully I tie with you there. Favorite underdog you think will crack the optimal? I don't know. I think there's many capable ones. Let's see here. Akhmedov with his takedown upside. Perello maybe does get that knockout. Jerome Rivera, I think, is interesting. Chiesa, obviously interesting. Orly Alves could win in the first round. Stuff like that. But yeah, it's a tough week for DraftKings. It really is. I kind of like it better from a betting perspective this week. Give me a good parlay. I guess Simone and Lazez. If you want a really safe one, I think Simone and Summadarje. Araujo is not a bad parlay piece. What's up, Sosa? I think it's possible. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. Thank you for all hanging out. We had a decent amount of people in the chat. Make sure you tune in for my other breakdowns coming up this week. The full card breakdown prediction is going to be coming out hopefully Thursday. Really should be Thursday. I'm almost done with everything for the 257 card. And then, of course, live stream again on Friday. Betting breakdown, hopefully Friday as well. And I'm exhausted. This week has been awful. I hate 3 cards in a week. It's so much work, but I'm finally getting through it here and hopefully winning some money. So good luck, guys, and we'll see you soon.